everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Now today I have a different type of video for you. I stumbled across this quiz and I thought it would be fun to take. Today I'm going to be finding out if I am a libertarian or not. So as you can see here, we have a quiz. Are you a libertarian? So you're not a Democrat or a Republican? Well, good news, you don't have to be either. Take this quiz to see if you might be a libertarian, and that's exactly what I'm going to be finding out today. Now, personally, I do think of myself as either anarcho-capitalist, proprietarian, or libertarian. In general, don't really know which category specifically yet, but I would say I generally fall under those categories. So now let's see if this quiz agrees with me. Let's start. Now, like most people, you keep a lot of sensitive information on your computer, from bank accounts to yes. Should the federal government be allowed to access this information without first obtaining a search warrant based on a reasonable suspicion of criminal activity? Obviously, they should not. That's pretty that's pretty straightforward, at least from my perspective. If there's no reason to access my information, you probably shouldn't. Now, here's an important distinction, however. Here's a very important distinction. Because you may be wondering, Carson, but you don't believe in intellectual property rights. Which I do not. So, where's the distinction? Well, I'll tell you. Essentially, if they can access your information without breaking and entering, okay, then that's completely fine. They can do with it whatever they want. However, let's say someone hacks into your computer. They're essentially breaking and entering into your data, the atoms which you own, and therefore it would be essentially a coercion. Now, if someone snaps a picture of you when you're walking around, that's not a big deal at all. Continuing on, unless someone printed this out for you, which would be weird, you are taking this quiz on the internet. Should the federal government have the ability to censor, block, or shut down portions of the internet? Obviously not. Next, your friend owns a small farm with dairy cows. He offers to sell you some raw milk at an affordable price. You understand the risks of drinking unpasteurized milk and want to accept your friend's offer. Should the Department of Agriculture prevent you from making this decision? No, it should not. And here's an important thing about that, is any decision which I make which does not affect someone else's property is a decision I should be allowed to make. It's quite frankly incredibly simple. Now, some people will pretend to not understand this about libertarians and anarcho-capitalists to deliberately mischaracterize their arguments, but this is essentially how it works. If I make a decision that does not affect someone else's property, it should be allowed. Moving on. You decide to make a few extra bucks by driving for Uber in your spare time. It's easy to pay and isn't bad. But because Uber doesn't provide health insurance and a pension, the local government wants to shut them down. Is this the right thing to do? No, it is not. I hate the fact that governments and people under these governments believe the government should actually be required to do things like this. Next, your mother is suffering from a terminal disease. A drug exists that might treat or even cure her, but it has not yet been approved for sale in the United States, although it is being successfully used in Europe. Should the FDA be able to stop your mother from taking the medicine that might save her life as long as she understands the risks? Once again, they should not be able to do that. It's just that's not something they should be able to do. That's coercion on their part. Next, the U.S. imprisons more people than any other nation. Nearly half of those behind bars in federal prisons are nonviolent drug offenders. Does locking up so many make us there? No. This quiz is feeling one-sided, but I'm fine with that. I'm sure some people wouldn't agree with some of these things. Or, I mean, they would agree with some of these things, because the current... You get the point. Moving on. Too far away countries... Okay. Too far away countries are engaged in a military conflict likely to claim many lives, although there is no direct threat to America. In general, should the U.S. put our soldiers' boots on the ground to intervene? No, they should not. Next, a man is caught smoking marijuana. Should he be put in prison for his decision? You get the point. We're gonna be selecting no for quite a lot of these. After seeing a large chunk of your paycheck go to federal taxes, you learn that the government is giving a bailout to a large bank that has mismanaged its finances. Do you think it's fair for you to be forced to pay their salaries of bankers who failed to do their jobs? No, and it's not fair for the government to take any of my money, period. I don't even know why they're asking this one. So no. Next, a group of African immigrants speak little English, but they have one skill that gives them an advantage over locals, a technique of African hair braiding. However, is it right for the government to stop them from making a living when they're No, it's not. It's never right. I feel okay. I like this quiz so far, but one problem I'm having with it is it seems very, very, very one-sided. Like, it's literally, this last question could have just ended, should the government be able to stop you from earning a living? Question mark. End of sentence. End of discussion. We don't need all this, like, hypothetical setup. But it's fine. It's fine. Now, let's go ahead and see if I am a libertarian or not. And it looks like I am a libertarian. I passed 100% of the questions as a libertarian. Congratulations, I am officially a libertarian. And we have, of course, a flag that says come and take it, because try. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, subscribe, follow me on all social media platforms, and I will see you in the next video.